Anyone who has been in surface pattern design for any length of time will know that an email list is the key to building up revenue as an artist, as a designer in their career and in their business. Click that like button below if you have been an artist for a long time and you're trying to dip your toes into surface pattern design. There are so many options as a surface pattern designer to create the revenue that you want and have that dream that you want come true. But it does come down to knowing your audience, nurturing them through an email list. So whether you are beginning this journey as a surface pattern designer, maybe you're about to take Bonnie Christine's Immersion course, or maybe you have been a surface pattern designer for years and now you're so good at creating the patterns, you have the collections, but you don't have the email list. This video is for you, and let me tell you why. If you were to go right now on social media and post that beautiful collection, all of those mock-ups, all of the patterns that you could ever create, there's a huge chance that out of 100 people that are following you, only one person would see your post. There is a better way of marketing your collection and marketing your patterns, and that is by having an email list. If you were to take the same amount of followers and put them as email subscribers, that 20% or more of those 100 subscribers, which is about 20 people, would see that email because it's a direct line of contact with your ideal client and people that will love your patterns. Whereas you're competing with an algorithm on social media where they're not going to see all the work and love that you've poured into your collection. Hi, I'm Amanda Storrs, and I love helping other business owners and artists and surface pattern designers grow their email list and realize the potential of having that list in place to market their business well. And behind every single email is a person with a story, and your audience wants to hear yours. So you have to know how you're going to gain the revenue as a surface pattern designer in the first place. How will you use the email list once you have subscribers come to it? In the spring of almost every year, Bonnie Christine releases her Immersion course, which is a surface pattern design course for beginners, or even people that have been making patterns for a long time, or even people that are not familiar with Adobe Illustrator. That was me too. I took her Immersion course. I left knowing how to create patterns, how to use Adobe Illustrator from scratch, and I even created my own logo and brand after I took her course. As a side note, if you are wanting to take the Immersion course, I am going to be giving anyone who signs up for her course through my link below a free surface pattern design welcome sequence so that you can go ahead and start sending emails to the right people and know exactly what to send them once they come to your list. We're going to be going over a few ways to grow your revenue so that you can support your family as you do the things that you love in creating art and creating those patterns. Subscribe if you are constantly needing some new ways to grow your email list so that your audience trusts you, builds that relationship with you, and is guided towards your offers. You'll also know how to take all of these different options as a surface pattern designer and put them into growing an email list and serving your audience in that way to build the trust and guide them towards your offers. One of the most common ways to get your collection out in the world is to license with a particular company. That means that you're keeping the copyright, you're keeping the right of the pattern, but you're letting that company create products with your pattern on it, such as on fabric, wallpaper, ribbon. Or if you don't want to go with licensing to a company, then you can go ahead and think about using a micro stock site, which is like Shutterstock. Basically, you're uploading your artwork to their website so that people can go ahead and put your artwork and your design on particular products, and it's something that you produced once and it's going to be reproduced many, many times. But that should be used as one tiny source of income with multiple streams of income backing up to it. Then there are sites like Spoonflower, where you can go in and someone can select your pattern and then have it printed on different products. After I took Bonnie Christine's Immersion course, I was able to take the collection that I created, print them on some fabric, and create a beautiful dress for my daughter, which she still has today. If you're awesome at designing these patterns and these collections, then maybe you want to think about freelancing. Freelancing is probably a really hard way of growing your revenue because you have to be contracted with particular individuals or companies for specific products. So it's not going to be something that's probably a long-term deal. If you're an artist before you became a service pattern designer or before you chose to take Immersion, there is a huge chance that you have done commissioned work. And you can do the same with service pattern design, where you are being hired by someone to create a pattern for them specifically, and it's like a one-off deal. So that again cannot be a consistent stream of income. If you're really into making something your own and you want to put something on your own website, maybe you can consider putting your designs on a digital planner or something that is a digital asset that can be downloaded or used, but not necessarily giving away your pattern over and over again. Look at Bonnie Christine, look at all of these different service pattern designers that you know, and you'll realize that usually they're licensed with some type of company, but they are also bringing in a different stream of income through a membership or even a course such as Immersion. So if you have a specific skill as a service pattern designer and you want to teach somebody about it, then you could create a course or a mini course and then sell that course on your website to bring in more revenue. And if you're in the fashion industry or you want to be, sometimes they will hire specifically a service pattern designer for their industry with a salary type of position, which is rare, but possible to find. So why am I telling you all these ways that a service pattern designer can actually earn an income? The reason being is that for any of the ways that I mentioned, you need an email list as the foundation for your audience base, because you don't own anyone that follows you on any platform. Whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, no matter how beautiful your collections are, no matter how well known you are, at the end of the day, it can be wiped clean because you do not own any of your followers or your subscribers on any of those platforms. What you do own is your email list. So if the average rate of an email is 21%, that means that you are getting that much more than the 1 or 2% of people that are going to see your post on social media. So think about it. If you are going to be putting your work in front of the right people, then you have to, number one, create a freebie that they will actually want. Your ideal clients will actually want to have. And once they get on your email list, you can walk them through a series of emails that guide them towards your offers. These emails are called a welcome sequence. An email welcome sequence as a service pattern designer can mean that they are going to hear your story, know how you created your collection, what inspired you, what do you do to maintain creativity, and then lead them towards your collection and where you can find it and all the ways that I mentioned previously on this video. Whether you're using Spoonflower, whether you're putting your digital products on Creative Market, whether you are freelancing, whatever services you are offering or whatever capacity that you are putting your patterns out into the world, they can gradually be guided towards that automatically in the background of your business without you having to market every single day. Your emails will actually do the work for you and the marketing for your patterns. Not to mention being a direct line of contact to your favorite people, the ones who are raving fans of that newest collection that you've been working on. If you've been thinking about growing an email list and maybe you have people on your list but you just don't know what to send them, I've created a service pattern design specific email welcome sequence. It has 8 emails in it that you can go in and exchange the words for your own story, but it gives you an amazing foundation so that you won't be starting from scratch this email welcome sequence as a service pattern designer for the first time. I'll link that below. The key to all of this is realizing that you need another way of marketing your business and it needs to be marketed well. And the way that you do that is through that email list. So whether you have no subscribers or you have 25,000 subscribers, you still have to create automated systems in place so that your business is constantly being put in front of your audience through their emails. then I encourage you to get started growing your email list and realizing the potential of an email list in your business.